Greetings, fellow gorehounds, and welcome back to another Blood Splattered vlog. I'm the Horror Guru. And this is Count Jackula. And we just watched The Greasy Strangler, and it did a number on my good buddy here. About says everything. It's okay, man. Thanks.
What just happened?
We just watched The Greasy Strangler, which is not a mindfuck, but it is a what the fuck.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know what's happening. What's going on? Why?
You okay, dude?
I think this is what broke me. I think this is what fucking broke me. I'm broken. I'm fucking broken. I got shaving cream on you.
I'm honestly not sure how to clean this either, so we're gonna have to figure that out later.
Yeah. What happened?
Okay, so we watched The Greasy Strangler, which I believe is a Canadian film, as far as I'm aware. If I'm wrong, I will put it right here. But it's a Canadian film about a greasy strangler. But there's more to it than that.
It's a father and son story.
It's a story about a father and son who both fall in love with the same woman, and a whole lot of greasy strangling is afoot.
Yep.
All right, the best way I can describe this movie is it is somewhere in between fucked up R-rated Napoleon Dynamite and Trauma This Movie Lies.
Yes.
And I say that having hated Napoleon Dynamite and loving this.
Yes. Yes. Now, love is a strange fucking way to describe this movie, because this is not just a movie. This is an endurance test.
Oh god, yeah, it is an endurance test of awkward, of disgusting, just like, what the fuck is even going on anymore? And just weirdness. Like, this isn't like a Lynch film that has some sort of like deeper, like hidden meaning for you to decipher. This is just, they are just testing you to see how long you can last in this movie. And my god, we made it.
We made it. We didn't have to pause the movie.
We survived
it in one sit.
One full sitting.
I think we deserve some sort of medal.
I really want to get a shirt that says,
I survived the Greasy Strangler. Yeah, no, that sure needs to happen, man. It needs to be pink.
And it needs
to be pink with dark pink. Oh, yes.
It's gotta have grease stains on it.
It's gotta have grease stains on it. Oh, man. Whoa.
Before we even get into...
I don't know what else this movie it is, but I will say this. It's art.
It's art.
It's definitely art.
It's pure art. But before we get into any spoilers, this is a hard R movie. You're gonna see a lot of penis.
Yes.
I don't know how many of the penises were actually real and how many of them are fabricated.
I think most of them were fabricated.
But there is penis in this movie.
Yeah.
You're gonna see a lot of tits. Maybe not the tits you want to see.
Not the tits you want to see.
But you're gonna see tits.
Yep.
You're gonna see buttholes. Not the buttholes you want to see, but you're gonna see them.
Yeah.
You're gonna see people get murdered and killed in extremely graphic ways that are also extremely absurd and cartoonish.
Yep.
There is some awesome practical effects throughout this entire movie that
definitely
I was not actually expecting them to go to that lengths with this movie, but they did. Some of the effects feel like something out of a Trauma film.
If Trauma actually went for high quality effects,
Trauma or a Henenlotter film at times.
Oh my god, yeah, it is a lot like a Henenlotter film.
Well, just like the fact that it's following these kind of like city-dwelling, like, weirdos just kind of feel so Henenlotter.
Yeah, it does. It also reminded me of, I can't remember the name of that damn movie now, but it had Crispin Glover in it, and it was about a dead cat.
Oh, God. Just Crispin Glover movies in general. This kind of feels
like... Yeah, it does, but I can't remember the
like, this is really bad, but that one Crispin Glover movie he did where all the actors had Down syndrome.
What is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, it's got a very similar pacing to that.
It's very similar to that. In fact, I almost feel like the actors were trying to imitate that type of acting. Yeah. Which is a weird thing to say and will only make sense when you watch the movie.
Yeah, like, no one talks naturally in this movie.
And everyone, like, will repeat things in a really absurd way.
Yeah.
A lot of cows were milked to make that juice. Because I drank the milk of the cows in my martini. What's going on?
We had creamy cocktails. A lot of cows were milked to make the cream in those cocktails, I'll tell you. Big fat cow teats milked to make the cream for our creamy cocktails. That's a line from the movie, okay?
This is also...
It's burned
yes.
into my fucking brain.
This is also a kind of movie that has a whole lot of comedy scenes that are basically things being repeated over and over to the point where they go from being annoying to being hilarious.
Yeah.
Which is not for everybody. Okay, this movie's not for everybody.
No.
But if you're fucked up enough, gotta check out The Greasy Strangler.
Yeah. This is a movie.
Gotta.
This is... Dude, did fucking Cinema Snob fucking review this movie? Because
I have
he
no
needs
idea.
to if he didn't.
Cinema Snob needs to review this movie as the Cinema Snob.
As Cinema Snob.
Brad needs to do it as the Cinema Snob because this is...
Holy fucking shit. Brad, you gotta do it.
No, for real, Brad.
Yeah, no, you have to. This is a moral goddamn... Fucking tweet at Brad Jones. Tell him, no, your Cinema Snob's reviewing The Greasy Strangler. Fucking Count Jackula Orgrew said he had to.
But if you've already done a vlog or something on it, then fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough, because I haven't seen all of the fucking backseat vlogs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But... No, even if he has, holy shit, no, fucking Cinema Snob's gotta fucking, holy shit. This movie is fucking weird, dude.
Alright, before we get into the spoilers, I do recommend watching this movie, but good luck.
Yeah.
Alright, now the spoilers. Okay, where the fuck do we begin with spoilers with this thing?
I have no idea, dude.
Alright, so this is a movie about a father and son, and the father sometimes at night goes and kills people covered in grease. And the father likes to eat everything in grease, so he makes his son cover his bacon in grease, cover his, what is it, like the biscotti or
the biscotti in
grease.
Everything's in grease.
Everything's in grease. And he even takes a fucking grapefruit, half a grapefruit, one of those healthy things you eat in the morning, and covers it in grease.
And then molests it.
Yeah,
like
straight up.
Stroking the clit.
And turns on a woman while he's doing it, because that's the kind of movie this is.
Yeah.
And you can't tell if the girl was repulsed or turned on, but then she's fucking him later, so she was turned on. So.
Yeah.
Okay, and these guys, they have a job where they do this disco tour in LA,
in whatever fucking city they're
which
in.
I'm almost 90% sure all of it was made up.
Yeah.
Whenever they call each other out on their bullshit, they call each other bullshit artists. That's a reoccurring joke in
bullshit artist. Bullshit artist.
BULLSHIT. New word.
ARTIST.
Bullshit artist. Which is what you are.
Like, I was expecting...
This is endlessly quotable, by the way.
Oh my god, yeah. Fucking, I was expecting Herzog to fucking show up at any minute.
Fucking, if Tom Waits had shown up and started jerking off in a corner, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
This is also a movie where you get to see a guy jerk off and have phone sex with a girl with a micro penis, and...
The guy has the micro penis.
How do I know? How do I know the guy has the micro penis? Because it's in frame while he's jerking off on it.
In frame, in focus. You can't miss it.
You can't miss it. This is a movie that, for some weird reason, has a jive-talking black guy who owns a car wash, who always wants to go to the disco.
Yeah.
And gets murdered eventually by the Greasy Strangler.
He's like the best friend of the Greasy Strangler, but he doesn't know he's a Greasy Strangler.
You know, because the Greasy Strangler always goes to the car wash to get the grease off. And it's a perfect murder. That means, like, his fingerprints and shit is never on anything because it's all covered in grease. So,
yeah.
What the fuck ever. They actually thought that through. But he washes it off all at this car wash, but the guy who runs the car wash is blind, so he doesn't know that he's not going in through with his car.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that he's going in as a person. I don't know how he doesn't know because the guy screams while he's fucking going through.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Which got funnier every time they cut back to that.
Yeah.
So his son, who is really slow, he's the only character in the movie who I think was supposed to have something going on up there.
Yeah. There's something wrong with this guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's just not that quick on the uptake. But then again, it's hard to tell because no one in this movie really is.
Yeah, that's true. So who knows? And the Greasy Strangler is clearly crazy, but whatever.
Yeah.
So he meets this girl on one of their disco history tours they do that is almost completely bullshit. And they fall in love, but then the dad gets jealous of the time he's spending with the girl and then seduces the girl and starts fucking the girl. And then they have this back and forth rivalry over that. Meanwhile, the son thinks his dad is the Greasy Strangler, but this takes a back seat to the romance drama at a certain point.
Yeah. And of course he's right. He's right. The Greasy Strangler.
Well, who else could it be?
I was waiting for the movie to fucking pull some bullshit like that. Which it did at the very end.
The end is amazing, because the end makes no sense and I don't care.
So after they kill and eat the girl's eyeballs...
This happens.
Together, because now they're father and son, the son is like, I can be a Greasy Strangler too, Dad.
Okay, no, you're burying the lead here. Okay, so... Alright, so they have a fight. The daughter chooses the son. So the dad runs away, comes back as a Greasy Strangler, kidnaps the daughter, kidnaps the girlfriend, like some sort of fucking King Kong shit. And then and then the son's like, I could be the Greasy Strangler too, so he turns into the Greasy Strangler to go fight his dad. But then when he gets there, his dad offers him to strangle his girlfriend, so he does. Because apparently once you put the grease on, you just become a strangler. And then they reform and they rebond and they regain their friendship. And it turns out the whole movie wasn't about the son falling in love with a woman and getting away from his abusive dad. It was about them rekindling their friendship through murdering this girl.
Yes. And then...
And the movie doesn't end there.
It keeps going.
And that's... Okay, that last 10 minutes of the movie... is when it becomes a mindfuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, they decide that what they need to do is that they need to kill... So, they've talked about the fact that the main character's mom left the family and married this guy called Ronnie Pickles.
This guy with this fucking, like six-pack abs.
Yeah. So, at the end, they decide what they need to do is kill this guy. So they do. They find him in a forest, and they fucking kill him.
Rip off his
ears, bury him, and then run through the forest covered in grease, where, by the way, you're like, okay, so this is the end of the movie. No, you're wrong. So what they do is they mount a ridge, and then all of a sudden, they're tied to fucking Indian totem poles while... senior citizen Boy Scouts shoot them firing squad style, while they themselves, still covered in grease, are watching.
So they're watching themselves get shot, and then the version of themselves that are getting like shot in a firing squad, their heads explode and just grease pours out.
Grease and
fountains.
Confetti comes out.
And then the greasy version of themselves run off into the forest with sticks and then poke the audience.
Yes.
And you're like, wait, how do they poke the audience? Oh, trust me, they find a way.
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden in the last end of the movie, it was like Holy Mountain or something out of nowhere.
Yeah, Holy Mountain or like I kept saying, like a fucking Herzog movie. Just like, what? Like, this goes into that kind of weird territory that fucking Bad Lieutenant Protocol New Orleans goes to.
Well, yeah, similar kind of bizarre scenes. Just really random bizarre scenes. Like the scene where where the guy goes on the date with the girl and he walks through that alley and then that spotlight hits him and then he just disco dances for no reason until he gets to the end of the alley and then just stops and keeps going like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like this entire movie is composed almost entirely of big-lipped alligator moments.
Yeah. Complete non sequiturs.
Yeah, completely.
And it all somehow comes together at the end.
Yeah.
You know, and you're just like, what? How? There's a fucking there's like a 3-minute long sequence of an Indian guy being unable to pronounce the word potato.
And that scene was annoying and then got funny as it went on.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Like, by the end of it, I'm like, I like this scene. Wait, I started off hating this scene.
But Joe, what are those chips made of? But Joe, what are those chips made of? But Joe.
It goes on for like 10 minutes.
What are those chips made of? But Joe.
And they're clearly just reusing the same take of him responding.
Yeah.
There's a scene where he kills a hot dog vendor by choking him from behind as he's taking a shit in his RV, and his eyes pop out, and then he pours the grease, or then he dips it in like the grease from the fucking hot dog shit, and then eats it.
Yeah, a lot of eating eyeballs.
There's this guy with his pig nose that he chokes to death.
Oh my god, that was the one where I actually kind of threw up a little bit.
And he pulls off the pig nose and then sticks his finger in his nose.
Yeah, because he's missing his actual nose.
Which is why he's wearing this fake pig nose. And he sticks his finger in there and just starts licking the shit with his inside. And you're just like, this is gross. I love this movie. Okay, I feel like we're only barely scratching the surface of this fucking thing.
Oh my god, yeah, no, this isn't a movie, it's an experience.
No, like you all of you, I implore you, if you have made it through this entire vlog, heard everything we've said, and sat there and just had this inkling in your head of like, I have to see this. Yes.
You have to see it, yeah.
You have to see it. You need to see it. The Greasy Strangler, 10 out of fucking 10. Masterpiece. And I honestly don't know what more to add.
One of the producers on this movie was Frodo Baggins.
That's right. Elijah Wood was one of the executive producers of this movie, which of course it was.
Yeah.
Of course.
Why not? Dude, Elijah Wood, sir, thank you. Thank you, sir. And thank you for Peter Jackson for hiring him on Lord of the Rings, because without Lord of the Rings, there would be no Greasy Strangler.
I can't argue with that logic.
No, only fucking J.R.R. Tolkien money could have made that happen. Only.
So basically, my fellow gorehounds, I don't know what else to say other
Lord
than...
of the Rings, fat stacks of cash.
See the Greasy Strangler if you've made it this far and you're interested. And for the rest of you,
over
good luck.
The greasy mountain roams.
Peace out.